So you can have the direct admission. In the direct admission, you can save a plenty of money, and you should actually have like 45 days remaining when you land to Georgia for the apply for the TRC process. Going the immigration reality. Now on the ongoing situation, many students are being deported from the Georgia airport itself. Make sure that everything is already included in that, so you don't have to overpay for other things at the last moment. And actually know the market of the Georgia, from where you can buy the groceries, from where you can get the best rate apartments. Welcome back to my channel. This is Bisal Rasa, a second year medical student in the TBC Georgia. So guys, if you all are planning to come to Georgia, or if the students who are wanting to come to Georgia and you are on the way to come to Georgia, this video may be really important for you all. Now every year thousands of students comes to Georgia, especially from the India and Nepal, and many other universities like SEU, TSMU, Caucasus University, New University, University of Georgia, and many other universities. But the reality is that most of the students comes to Georgia and without actually knowing what the situation is happening right now. So this video will be really important for you all, because with the ongoing situation, many students are getting deportation and many other problems faced by the students. And also I have got many messages about the actual situation going on it. So I request you all to watch the whole video before you actually coming to the Georgia at this moment. Over the past few weeks, I am getting a lot of messages from the students from the Instagram, WhatsApp, and social media about lots of questions happening and what is actually happening in the Georgia. So in this video, I am going to break down you admission process, consultation fees, immigration process, about hostels and accommodations, about living expenses, and many other things. So in this video, I decided to combine all these questions and make one honest, complete student's guide from myself. So first of all, I really want to start with why students actually choose Georgia. So I want to say some in short why students are really actually choosing Georgia. The first point, you know that we are really taught in English, and also the second thing, the tuition fees are really affordable in the Georgia. And the third point, I can say that the admission process is really easier compared to other countries. And also the fourth point, I can mention that the universities are internationally recognized. So if we graduate from the university studying in the Georgia, we are now able to explore the more other countries for more other further studies. So the second point, I want to mention that how students apply to universities. So there are mainly 2 points the students applying. Mainly one, the direct admissions, and others through the agencies. So students mostly choose 90% students mostly choose the agencies, because when you choose the agencies, we have easier process. All the process are done by the agencies, the university communications, the admission process, the interview process, and the accommodation process, airport pick up and drop, and also with everything. So the students actually choose the agency process. But also we can also have the admission, the direct admissions. You can have directly admission to the universities with the help of the guidance of some students staying here. If you have the direct admissions, you can save plenty of money. So guys, if you have anyone contact in the Georgia, and also some who can guide you and support you in every documentation, you can also have the direct admission. When you do the direct admission, you can save plenty of money. You can save the consultation charges and the overcharges for many other documents. You can directly get the help from any students here in the Georgia and have the direct admission to the university. And also in the case of the agency, when you go to the agency and talk about for the admission process, make sure that you already talk about the many of other things. It is happening in most of the case that agencies apply to you for everything, done the process for everything. And also in the case of when you apply to agency, make sure that you already talk about the agencies for the other expenses. In most of the case, what happens that agency does all your process, you receive the visa, and on the last moment they ask you about the for additional charge for the insurance, they additionally charge you for the accommodation, they additionally charge you for the airport pickup and drop. Make sure that everything is already included in that, so you don't have to overpay for other things at the last moment. So now coming to the most important point, the immigration reality. Now on the ongoing situation, many students are being deported from the Georgia airport itself. So if you are coming to Georgia, make sure that you all have the documents in your hand, everything well prepared, and also make sure that all your documents you have received from your agency or someone is genuine, accommodation letter, rector's letter, ministry letter, EQ letters, and many other letters, even in the insurance policy. Make sure that you are receiving the genuine document from the agency or any of the students if you are applying from the direct admission. Now of the other things, when you go to the immigration officers, make sure that you are confident and calm. In the few weeks, many students are being deported because the one of the reason is that the students arrive late. When you achieve the visa in your hand, you get a time for 3 months, and you should actually have 45 days remaining when you land to Georgia for the apply for the TRC process. And if you have less than 45 days, there is actually you can't apply for the TRC, and there is no actually any reason to come to Georgia. So you again have to go back to India or your home country, and you again have to apply for the visa process. So make sure that when you come to Georgia, you actually have like minimum of 45 days. And also the second is, so actually when you pass through the immigration officers, they actually have like immigration is really tighter and stricter right now. So they will actually ask the questions about you many things. So why you are coming here, so which university are you studying, what is your future planning. So make sure that you are like calm, be prepared and answer everything what actually they ask. And also the other thing is that be well prepared, be in uniform dress, get your hair cut, so that they can like really say that yeah, this is actually a student who want to come to study, because the immigration is being tighter, because in like few months the students come for like not for studies, they come through study visa, and they come here for like especially for the work. So these are the main reasons the immigration are really being tighter right now for many students. Now the other things, when you like come out of the airport, you can get the SIM card in the airport itself. So when you buy the SIM card in the airport, you get the SIM card in the free. You don't have to pay for the extra for the SIM card. What we have to pay actually for the service. And actually you have like two types of SIM card in the TBC. One is like MACD and other is selfie. From my personal views, I really recommend you all to buy a MACD, because most of the students go for the selfie because they think that the selfie is cheaper, but actually it's not a cheaper. They will charge you, honestly they will charge you, they will cut you from the like selfie balance. And also the service are really poor, they're really slow in some of the places, and also in some of the places it don't actually work. So I really recommend you all to buy the MACD. MACD is little expensive, but they will give a proper service. They won't charge extra for any other things, they won't cut you from the main balance. So and also the service is really faster and really reliable. And the other thing is, like when you are like coming to the self apply and not other agencies, and you are on the airport, you have actually came to airport and you don't have anyone in the airport, so that you come and to take you to receive you from the airport. So actually don't go to the, like go to the taxis from the airport, they will really overcharge you. They can also take you like $100, they can also take you like 250 jails lari. So actually what you can do is that avoid the like airport scam from the like happening in the airport, from the airport drivers in the airport. You can actually download two like apps that is actually trending for the taxi apps in the Georgia. That is like, one is like Bolt app and other is like Yandex app. So if you don't even have the bank accounts, you can like choose the option of like pay by cash. So you can actually book a ride from the Bolt app or Yandex app, and you can move from the one place to other place from the app itself. So don't overpay for the charges or other scams going on the TBC airport itself. Now other things I want to share you about is like opening bank account. After you come to Georgia, like we have to get the bank account opened. So you can actually have the two bank accounts, main bank accounts in the TBC Georgia. That is like we have like a BOZ bank and TBC bank. There are other most bank like Carto Bank and many other banks, but actually the main things that is enough for the students is that BOZ bank and TBC account. So in the BOZ bank we have like many students benefits. So when you go and pay, do the payment on something like shopping or complex or for entertainment purpose, you will keep getting the bonus for the payment for the BOZ bank. And also the one of the other thing is like student benefits. So when you travel from the BOZ bank account, like Bank of Georgia bank account, you can get the benefits like you only have to like pay like 0.233. So normally the other banks do charge for one gel. So in the BOZ bank you only have to pay like 0.233, which is really cheaper, like 6 to 10 rupees INR, and maybe like 10 to 15 rupees NPR. So the main reason the one with having the BOZ bank account is like having the student benefits. And the other bank is like TBC bank account. So you can have the TBC bank account like for the international transaction. So if you want to get the dollars from one to other place, so you want to send the dollars to any other persons, or you want to get actually have the dollars from your home country to this country, you don't have to like overpay for the dollars like transactions. So you can actually use the TBC bank account for the dollar transactions. And also you can also pay the amount in the university, or else you want to take out the cash, they don't actually take like extra money for the dollar transaction in the TBC bank account. So other things I want to show you all about is just like accommodation options. So in the Georgia, for the students, they are really and mainly the two options. So like one, you can stay in the hostel, and other things you can stay in the apartment. So in the hostels, you have the charges are basically like $200 to $500 depending on the facility and the number of sharing you have chosen. So make sure that when you come to the Georgia, you have like actual good hostels, because they are like the hostels like many small rooms for sharing, and actually students are paying for the $300. So make sure that you are not overpaying, and also have the proper facilities and all the things mention what you requirement in the hostel. So the other option is like apartments. You can like take the apartments with the friends, like 4 to 5 of the friends together. If you take for the 2 BHK, 3 BHK, you can actually like save plenty of money. If suppose if you are taking 2 BHK apartment, and 2 BHK apartments are like $400 to $500 or $600. So if you take the 4 of the friends together, so actually you take the apartments, you can like divide among them. So in this way you can only have to pay like $100 or $180. So you can save the money when you live in the apartment. Also in the apartment, if you live in the apartment, you have like 2 BHK, 3 BHK, one hall separately, one kitchen separately. So you can have like spacious and also good environment. So you can by staying at the apartment. But also in my personal opinion, I can see you that when you come to Georgia, you can like actually stay for 3 months, 6 months, not like many months. You can actually stay 3 months, 6 months and stay in the hostel. And also by staying in the hostel, you can actually know the market of the Georgia, from where you can buy the groceries, from where you can get the like best rate apartments, in which place you can actually get the apartment, and what rate the actually it is running in the market. So I can actually say that if when you come to Georgia, not like many months, but 3 months, 6 months, I recommended all the students to stay in the apartment, in the hostel. Then you can go in the apartment later on. And also the other things I can say to you all that when you come to Georgia, make like you have the proper winter clothes, because most of the months here in the Georgia is like winter. So also the clothes are like really expensive in the Georgia compared to India and other countries. So make sure that you have the proper winter clothes, all type of like trousers, inner thermal wears, and also you have like jackets. So make sure that you have like plenty of clothes. And also the other things I can say that bring medicines, like general medicines from the India itself. The medicines are also really expensive in the Georgia. And also I can mention that actually I mentioned earlier that have the proper insurance, because when you receive, many of the consultancy are giving like fake insurance or edited insurance, and when you come to Georgia and you have like fake and edited insurance, and in case like something mishappens in the Georgia, like when you have like something minor accident happen, the medical service are really expensive in the Georgia, and it is really like expensive and difficult to pay from our own self. So make sure that you have like proper and genuine insurance before you come to Georgia, because when you come to Georgia and if you have like edited or fake insurance, you are gonna have to buy the insurance policy, which is also expensive, like about 20,000, 25,000 if you have like want to have the full claimable insurance. So make sure that you have proper insurance also. And other things I want to say that the students actually studying in the Georgia, we have like smart studies. Everything is like on the laptop, iPad, tab. So every study materials, even the teachers and the professors, they send the study materials in our portal itself. So make sure that you have one like proper iPad or something, so you can have the study in their self. One of the students asked me that, brother, that actually I shall buy laptop or iPad. I really recommend to buy iPad, because when you buy the iPad, you can actually make notes with the pen itself. So I really want to say that students buy one actually good iPad with the pen itself, because most of the study here in the Georgia is like smart and everything on the electronics devices. And other things I want to share about is the like language barrier actually in the Georgia. So especially in the university, everyone do speak English, and also we are talking in the English, like 95% of them speak English. But when you get out of the university, there's actually like only like 60 to 70% know people in the Georgia know English. So whenever you go to like shopping mall or something, like from entertainment purpose or something like to the tour, make sure that you have like general knowledge of the Georgian language, like hello, hi, hello, thank you, sorry, excuse me. Because you don't know what happened, so have the like proper like basic language. And also you can have like a Google Translate app on your mobile phone. So if you want to take help from someone or want to conversation with someone, so you can actually use the Google Translate and do the conversation with them, because actually like the oldest people in the Georgia, Russian and Georgian language. So upcoming generation, like of the new generation, they actually know English, because they go to university and the schools, they actually know English. But most of the people in the outside the university, they don't speak English. So be prepared for that also. Have general knowledge of the Georgian language and have the Google Translate app on your mobile phone. So guys, this was like complete honest view from myself for the students who are actually coming to Georgia on this situation and at this moment. So guys, if you all like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Also share the videos to students who actually are coming to Georgia at this moment. And again, I will come with the next video on the next week. So bye bye guys.